Hi, I'm Alan Langford, and this is episode 10 of What the Fund, a show where I take a humorous look at underperforming crowdfunding projects. Today, I'm going to take a dive into Indiegogo and what fun it's going to be. I'm going to take a look at DigiDate. Now, DigiDate says it's the new virtual dating equipment that takes FaceTime and Skype to the next level. So this is supposed to be a virtual reality solution with touch sensors, and you're supposed to be able to get a full body view of the other person, who's presumably going to be clothed, but we'll get to that. It's well, she says the Nakia, the lady who's sponsoring this, wants to raise $1 million. Flexible funding, which means if she raises $10,000, she gets to keep it and go off and execute her product development. The problem with this thing is it's an idea, not a product, and it isn't really a very well thought out idea in the first place. It's intended to make it so you can have a safe first date, and she wants to partner with dating sites and all that kind of stuff. First off, the cost of this is seriously underestimated. $1 million for this is, probably enough. Once you've hired all the people that you actually need to do the technology development, that's probably enough to last you between 3 and 6 months. And it's not enough to get through a product development cycle. It would be nice if people who had ideas like this did just a little bit of research before they went to the trouble of setting up a project that's going to make them rich. For example, a quick search on virtual reality might get you a link to a company called Oculus Rift. Also a crowd-funded project. They raised $2 million and change, $2.4 million, I think it was, almost exactly 2 years ago for their gaming headset. So that's just the display portion, not the touchy sensors and the haptic feedback that this project claims that it's going to produce. And that was a good campaign. They had a price range. They had a good team. They had a good strategy. They were actually acquired by Facebook earlier this year for something in the order of $2 billion plus. And they still haven't released a product. So you would think that maybe $1 million is not going to be enough to get you there, and you could have discovered this in 5 minutes on Google. So there's hope, though. There's hope. I was looking at other projects on Indiegogo, and I found something that I think this project could really benefit from. It could really reduce the development cycle. We have the Lovense Long Distance Love Toys. Now this project, another open project, raised 27,000 of its 50,000 goal, but that was enough to keep them going with product development. They have a track record in building this sort of product. It's sort of their next generation. There's two pieces. There's Max and Nora. Obviously Max for the girl, for the boy, and Nora for the female. So I think that really the crux of this idea is hanging it into the dating websites. So if Nakia could get together with Lovense and they could partner with all these dating sites, then you could wind up having a really interesting first date instead of just the touchy-feely stuff. So maybe you want to work on that. So that's it. That was episode 10. You should be able, up in the upper corner here, you should, somewhere up there, you should see a subscribe button. If you can see the subscribe button, it means you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So I'd really appreciate it if you did that, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I'd love it if you make some comments. If there are other projects you'd like me to cover, by all means, post them down there, and I'll see what I can do. And I hope to see you again. Thanks a lot.